Hi again, everyone. Gary Digi Williams here on Beltway Boxing News and Notes on the Box on Beltway Podcast Network. This is a special report on our news and notes today as we tell you about some wild developments in the world. I don't want to say wild, really. I think there's some necessary developments in the Beltway boxing scene that will affect the two shows, both one amateur, one pro show that was scheduled to take place this coming weekend, March 13th and 14th. It's been a very, very interesting and very unique day in the sports scene here in not only in the Beltway, but around the nation and maybe the world, and definitely the world as well. We're brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief. Go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of real-time pain relief. You get a free $10 tube of real-time pain relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. And by DebraSpears.com, you go to DebraSpears.com. And if you've been following all the news that's taken place over the last few weeks involving the coronavirus or COVID-19 disease, it has affected so much. Just in the last few hours, it has affected so much in the sports world. Of course, March Madness has been canceled. The NBA has suspended its season, as has the National Hockey League. Major League Baseball has not only suspended spring training, but pushed their opening day back 2 weeks. We just found out just before we went on the air that the XFL has suspended and canceled the rest of their season. They've actually canceled the rest of their season. The only thing we know right now, quite frankly, is WrestleMania 36, right, as of right now, right this second, is scheduled to take place. Whether or not it still will, we don't know. That's not until April. But as far as the Beltway is concerned, two events that were scheduled for this coming weekend have been postponed. And we're going to talk about that in this special report podcast. First of all, they've run rampant. The developments concerning the coronavirus or COVID-19, they've caused havoc throughout the entire sports world, as we said, and cancellation run rampant. Boxing's not immune from this, especially here in the Beltway. Both events that have been slated for the weekend of March 13th, March 14th, they have both been postponed due to this virus that has paralyzed most of the nation and the world. And it has that, no question about that. Now, let's start on Friday, March 13th. The Washington Golden Glove semifinals has been postponed. That was scheduled to be on Friday at Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. Now, they have been postponed not so much because of what the Golden Gloves has said, but this came straight from the top. This came from USA Boxing. This was an edict from USA Boxing. Now, here's the announcement, part of that announcement from USA Boxing. Quote, in light of recent developments with the coronavirus or COVID-19, next extensive consultation with the USOPC, which is the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee, medical experts, legal counsel, and the board of directors, President Chair Tyson Lee, USA Boxing is suspending all sanctioned events through March 31st. Now, this is a very difficult decision, they say, given that we are in the midst of Golden Gloves tournaments and entering the qualification time frame for the 2020 Junior Olympics. However, USA Boxing's greatest concern is for the health and safety of all boxers, coaches, officials, and physicians. Statement goes on to say, USA Boxing will review as circumstances evolve and more information becomes available and provide an update to the membership by the end of March. All events will be able to reschedule their shows at later dates, and USA Boxing will not accept any new sanctioned event requests through at least April 15th. Refunds will not be given at this time, but you may reschedule your show for a later date. Clubs and gyms may continue training. However, they should limit participation to boxers and coaches and discourage folks who, quote, want to watch, end quote, to help reduce the risk of spreading the coronavirus. Now, what that means is, this means a lot, actually. And it means more than I thought, even before when I wrote this piece for the blog, boxonbeltway.blogspot.com. Now, what this means is that the Virginia, North Carolina Golden Glove Championships that were scheduled for Friday and Saturday, March 20th and 21st, they are also postponed. Okay? So once again, the Virginia, North Carolina Golden Gloves Championships also postponed. Now, the April 4th, the Washington Golden Gloves Championships right now are still on for that date. And this is because this is not a new sanctioned event. They've had this sanction for this time for quite some time. But again, they're going to reevaluate everything. We'll see what happens. So everything's going to be pushed back. Now, let me say this. The tournament directors for the Washington Golden Gloves, they want to emphasize, and they want to make sure I emphasize this to you, that once the suspension on the event is lifted, then the Washington Golden Gloves will be held. Okay, so they're not canceling the Golden Gloves for this year. As of right now, they're not canceling the Golden Gloves for this year, but they're going to have it, but it's just going to be at a later date. So, one more time, the semifinals that was scheduled to take place on Friday, March 13th at Rose Garden Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland, those have been postponed. This also means because USA Boxing has suspended all sanctioned events through March 31st, that the Virginia, North Carolina Golden Gloves Championships that was scheduled for Friday and Saturday, March 21st and 21st, they have also been postponed. Okay? And further changes or any kind of additions will come as events warrant. Okay? So that's on Friday, March 13th, and leading into the following weekend, the 20th and 21st, on the amateur side. Now, we turn to the pro portion of this special report, and that's the TGB Promotions card that was slated to take place at MGM National Harbor Casino, Oxon Hill, Maryland, on Saturday, March 14th. That card has also been postponed. The card was scheduled to feature a number of Beltway boxers on the show, including Kobe Abridi, Devontae Speed Rawls. There's supposed to be a 6-round matchup between Tariq Irby and Cornell Hines, and also Aaron Anderson was scheduled to be on that card. And the main event was to be a 10-round bout between James Kirkland and Mark Anthony Hernandez. But the bout and the card has been postponed. Now, here's a statement from TGB Promotions in a press release. That's, quote, "Due to concerns about the spread of COVID-19, this Saturday's Premier Boxing Champions event at MGM National Harbor in Maryland, headlined by James Kirkland versus Marcos Hernandez, or Mark Anthony Hernandez, and promoted by TGB Promotions, will be postponed until a later date." And Tom Brown, the president of TGB Promotions, says, quote, "In the interest of public health and after reviewing the current information on COVID-19, we have decided the best course of action is to postpone Saturday's event. We understand how disappointing this is to boxing fans and regret any inconvenience." That's the quote from Tom Brown, president of TGB Promotions. Now, all ticket offers will be refunded from your original point of purchase, the press release says. If you have purchased online through Ticketmaster, all orders will be refunded automatically. If you purchase a ticket with a credit card on the property or over the phone with MGM Reports. In other words, if you went down to the National Harbor Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland, and purchased with a credit card there, or you did it on the phone with MGM Resorts, should say, all orders will be refunded automatically. Now, credit cards, orders purchased with a credit card, will be refunded to the credit card that was used for purchase. Third-party purchases, please reach out to your original point of purchase for information regarding your credit. So by any chance, if you went on something like Gold Star or one of the other third-party means to get a ticket, check with them to see what the credit will be. And please allow up to 30 days for this refund to reflect with your financial institution. Any questions, you contact Ticketmaster's customer service line. That's 1-800-653-8000. Once again, the number 1-800-653-8000. So that is the update for the show that was scheduled to be on Saturday, March 14th at the MGM National Harbor Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland. The PBC Premier Boxing Champions TGB Promotions card. Again, 5 Beltway boxers were scheduled to be on this show, and would have been an interesting card. But that bout and that card has been postponed. So we just want to keep you up to date on this. Any kind of updates we'll definitely give it to you back here on the Box on Beltway Podcast Network. So that will do it. Very short podcast, but again, this is a special report. Both the shows Both the events that were scheduled for March 13th and 14th. March 13th at Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland, the Washington Golden Glove semifinals, and also the Virginia North Carolina semifinals that was scheduled for Friday, March 20th and March 21st. They have been postponed, and the Saturday, March 14th card at the MGM National Harbor Casino in Ox Hill, Maryland, that has also been postponed as well. Now, what that also could mean, and we have to watch this as this unfolds, is that the show that's scheduled for Saturday, March 28th at the Merrick Recreation Center in Southeast Washington, D.C., that's up in the air right now. It all depends how far this goes, how long this goes. That could be up in the air. The April 17th show, the Friday, April 17th show that is scheduled, the Matchroom Boxing show, scheduled for MGM National Harbor in Ox Hill, Maryland, is also kind of up in the air right now. Okay, so all this is all depends how this virus and what the ramifications are, how far this goes, because a lot of things could be canceled, and this could get very, very crazy with everything just canceling ahead of time. Again, March Madness and many of the conference tournaments that canceled anyway going into March Madness, and Duke and Kansas had canceled their entire athletic schedule for the foreseeable future. Between all that, and of course, the XFL now canceling their season, Major League Baseball postponing their opening of their season, NHL, Major League Soccer as well. So we don't know how far this can go, folks. We really don't know, and it's going to be kind of scary going forward with this situation. So we'll keep you posted as best we can here on the Boxing on Beltway Podcast Network as far as the boxing is concerned, and we'll see how things go as we look down the road. Well, thank you very much for joining us here on this special report of Boxing on Beltway, Beltway Boxing News and Notes, brought to you once again by Real Time Pain Relief and DeborahSpears.com. I'm Gary Digital Williams. Thank you so much for joining us, and always remember, keep supporting the Beltway, the boxing, best boxing in the world, I should say, the boxing along the Beltway. Thanks for listening. Take care.